Hello and welcome to the fourth act, the show you can watch after the show you just watched. That show hopefully being one of our shows. This is Phil. Phil, how you doing, Phil?
I'm doing good. Alex, how are you doing, Alex?
I'm Alex, and I'm doing great. And this is Phil, and I'm Alex.
Okay. This is going to be a different video for us. The past couple weeks we've been doing our reviews of the Best Picture Oscar nominees. Green Book won, if you're living on a rock. And starting next week, we're going to be doing a weekly review about the new movie that's getting released in theaters that week, or maybe if it's on a different platform like Netflix. But in the meantime, in our downtime, we figured, why not do a video about our top movies, right? Our top 5 movies that have shaped us, that influence us. And maybe give you a little bit of backstory before. So just real quick, both from New York. Alex was born in Australia. Australia, that's my Australian accent. It's so bad. Let's just cut that.
It's bad.
And I'm from Buffalo. He's from Rochester. It's about an hour and a half away. We both moved to Los Angeles a couple years ago at different times.
We had a mutual friend introduced us. So
yeah, give it a shot.
And that's Jody.
Hey, Jody.
Hi, Jody.
Why did you make me meet him?
This is your fault.
Rather
than talking too much about us, though, we're just gonna
let the movies speak
our
for
top
themselves.
5 talk about ourselves, because we really bonded when we go see a movie, and then we just be arguing about them for 2 hours in the parking lot afterwards.
We've literally had a parking lot streetlights shut off on us.
So
saw the sunrise
true
once.
story.
That was kind of gay, but that's our. It's magical though.
All right, go ahead, Phil.
All right, so just my top 5 list, right? Number 1, this is number 1, Hancock with Will Smith. Why are you laughing? Stop laughing.
Sorry, no, I knew it was Hancock. I just forgot it was coming.
No particular order from this point on. National Treasure with Nicolas Cage, Argo, directed by and starring Ben Affleck, a Goofy movie, and Rush Hour, starring Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker.
There's so many movies, Phil.
Thank you. That's
Hancock,
a good observation.
No, just like Hancock is just one of those,
Okay.
All right. Well, surely Kung Pao deserves to be on everyone's top 5. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Logan, Blade Runner, and Memento.
Hitchhiking is actually how Alex got to Los Angeles, actually.
That's not true.
No. So I guess since, just out of context, those titles definitely seem to drum up a lot of questions when we talk about them with ourselves and with other people.
It's a strange group.
How about we give each other 2.5 minutes to talk about our collection of films? Not 2.5 minutes each, just like 30 seconds of film, uninterrupted, or maybe interrupted with a little jab. No, you go.
I'm going first?
You go first. I'll set the timer.
Oh, we have a timer.
Ooh, 2.5 minutes. So right. You got it.
Can I go? Okay, Kung Pao, Enter the Fist. This is a great movie. This is so funny. Well, probably my favorite comedy. That's why it's on here. So I can quote every moment. It's all so outlandish and ridiculous. That's a lot of nuts! My nipples look like milk duds.
Why did you go first?
He has no idea what's going on. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Bird! He just left! With nuts! So that's, I reached 30 seconds. I've never seen my dad laugh at a movie as hard as he laughed at this movie, and it's just so funny every time I watch it. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This is great. I'm a big fan of Douglas Adams. He wrote a character called Dirk Gently, and it's been adapted to television a couple times. I think they're both really funny.
The movie.
I'm getting there. They're just his style shines through in everything that is adapted. Hitchhiker's Guide is no exception, and I just think he's very whimsical and fun. The answer to the universe is 42. Like, what does that mean? But it could mean so much. One of my favorite quotes is, learning to fly is just learning to throw yourself at the ground and miss. And that's perfectly encapsulates his style. I love this movie. Logan, I feel like every big studio superhero movie, it ends with a ... in the end. Logan ends with a period. This is the end. This is a final movie. It's a passion project. Everyone involved put their heart and soul into this. Hugh Jackman took a pay cut to make this movie rated R.
I knew that.
It's just really cool. And I cried like a bitch at the end. It was really worth it. Memento. Never seen a movie like Memento before. Told backwards. It seems like it'd be a gimmick, right? The guy's got short-term memory loss, and each scene is told, like the next scene will tell you how he got to the scene that comes after that. Basically, it's told backwards. You never know where he's at. It's just really cool, and it's got twists. It's well written. It shouldn't work, but it does. Probably my favorite Christopher Nolan movie, and I feel like it's overlooked. And, of course, Blade Runner. Blade Runner, if I had to pick a top number 1, it would probably be Blade Runner.
Okay.
I love the lighting. I love the music. I love the pacing of it. But of course, it pioneered a lot of sci-fi, and sci-fi is one of my favorite genres. But you cannot talk about
Space
Blade
nerd.
Runner without the monologue at the end. Rutger Hauer fits so much into so little, and I get chills just thinking about it. Tears and Rain. It's amazing.
Look at that, right on time.
Did it.
So that's your top 5.
my
I'm
top
gonna make a
5.
quick comment. I've actually seen Logan. It's the only one of his top 5 that I've seen. If you haven't already said that. Blade Runner. I think I had to watch it for class, and I think I would have half-assed it because like I had to write a report on it. So I think I either watched it like with mute or I just watched like a collection of clips. All right, I don't even remember the movie. I should rewatch it again when I'm in the right mindset because it's definitely an important film. I'm not really a sci-fi kind of guy though. Memento, I do own Memento. It's wrapped up, brand new. I bought it in the $5 bin, so I do got to watch that. I do like Christopher Nolan. And then Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, not really in my full-on wheelhouse, but
It's weird.
It's a movie.
It's whimsical.
You're weird. I don't know about whimsical. That's a bit of a stretch, but you've thrown Dirk Gently down my throat so many times, and I might watch Dirk Gently. So who knows?
Try Dirk Gently. It's canceled, but it's worth a watch.
And then Kung Pao, I'm not gonna watch that at all. Not my type of comedy. Shut up. Not my type of comedy.
You don't even know what that is.
I don't need to know.
Yeah, you do.
You're just making a helicopter noise. And then let me just go with my list.
Not a helicopter.
Whatever. Here's my list. Start off with Hancock. All right. So Hancock.
All right, go ahead.
In the simplest term, like a lot of these movies for me have an emotional and important impact because of when I watched them. Right. So grew up watching movies. Different movies have different like beats. Hancock, came out in 2008. I was going to high school. I was a little bit awkward kid, an outcast. Hancock was an outcast. He was not liked by society, and like no one really wanted to be his friend. Jason Bateman's character Ray becomes his friend. I think it's a really good story about friendship and how you can grow, and it just has a nice message to it. And it wasn't bogged down by all those superhero movies that we're in now, where there's like 4 or 5 superhero movies a year. So it's refreshing at the time. National Treasure. When I went to the guidance counselor office and like, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? I was like history teacher or like filmmaker, and like National Treasure was that perfect blend. When I went to go rewatch it, it had like all that action, adventure, and history in it, and it was a really cool, fun movie that was pretty educational in my youth, and it stuck with me. It's a good family film. Argo, bleeding into the history aspect of it, it's a true story. I'm fascinated by true stories and how when it's adapted right, Hollywood can make a really good true story with like a dramatic turn. And Ben Affleck, there's something to be said for being behind the camera and in front of the camera, directing yourself. I think he was still snubbed for a Best Director nominee in the Academy Awards, but still, I'm wearing the shirt. I support him.
It rejuvenated his career.
And it takes place in like this, this foreign land. I love films that take you out of America and like take you to like, all these exotic locations and all these new places you maybe don't get the chance to go see. You get to see it on screen before you. Goofy Movie is a great movie as well. I grew up watching cartoons like most kids do. It's just a funny movie. Goofy's just such a silly character. It's this great like road trip story. He's goofy.
I miss the Goofy essence.
Yeah, it's had like a great renaissance nowadays. Like the music's just popping. The 2 songs in the Goofy Movie, the beginning one and the one at the end, Eye to Eye, and then I can't think of the other one, but Eye to Eye and the other song, just great songs. Really stuck with me. And then for Rush Hour, a lot of my films and my ideas and just what I enjoy watching is 2 different people interact, like us, for some reason. So when you have opposites like that and they can work off each other, that's just a great example of like how you can take a character and you can just kind of converge them and how they can grow. Rush Hour is a great example of that. East meets West, Black meets Asian, set in the 90s. And that just shows a good duo, buddy comedy.
Time! Alright, so that is our top 5 movies. They're a strange group of movies, we know.
Yep.
They're our personal favorites, but we're not even on board with each other's lists.
No.
And you'll see more of that going forwards. Phil, you got any honorable mentions?
I do. Let me pull up my list so you can go first.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a collection of nebulous ones that are trying to get into
big
my.
word.
Thank you. My top 5. Anchorman, that's around. I can quote every moment of this movie too, kind of like Kung Pao. Good Will Hunting, great movie.
Good movie.
Really got to me. Great scene in the park. The late great Robin Williams. Austin Powers, Mike Myers, I miss you. Come back again. The Shining, probably my favorite horror movie, but not to be outdone. Psycho. Big fan of Alfred Hitchcock.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say Pirates of the Caribbean 2? Dead Man's Chest?
Did I say Pirates of the Caribbean 2, Dead Man's Chest?
Oh, yeah. What about that one? You just said that.
Okay. So what...
So,
Okay,
off camera, when we were talking about this video, Alex mentioned
specific.
Pirates of the Caribbean 2, Dead Man's Chest, as an example, and I'm not letting him live that down because if that's an example and his mind went there, it means he liked it. So you like that movie?
I liked it when it came out. I
still like it.
It's not on my top 5 anymore, but sure, there's a couple of movies from my childhood.
All right.
Yeah.
I got a couple
Kangaroo
here.
Jack.
Kangaroo Jack's a great film. So did my mom. That was a good film. Good buddy comedy, but going with buddy comedies, Tommy Boy, Central Intelligence, and the recent Best Picture winner, Green Book, are definitely up there for me. An older one, The Truman Show with Jim Carrey. I love Jim Carrey. Bruce Almighty as well. That is set in Buffalo, my hometown, and it's shot in Buffalo for like 2 days. That was a big deal when it came around town. Recent one, Night at the Museum. I really like Night at the Museum.
Sure.
Ben Stiller's a quirky guy. I liked watching that museum come to life. The sequels were kind of but that's also good. Life of Pi. Great visuals, great cinematography.
Oh, big fan of Life of Pi.
Happy Gilmore. Adam Sandler. Who doesn't love Adam Sandler? Big Fat Liar. We both love Big Fat Liar.
Big Fat Liar, yeah.
And then Fast Five. I love the Fast and Furious franchise, and maybe my favorite franchise with Mission Impossible as well. I love action and adventure films, just like Alex loves sci-fi. So that's just our kind of roundabout films that we like.
As far as the shooting in Buffalo, I mean, they shot Amazing Spider-Man 2 in Rochester, and I don't feel like I have to root for that movie.
It's not a good movie, so you shouldn't. Bruce
okay.
Almighty's good, though.
So is that... of course it is.
Yeah.
That's it for us?
That might be it for us. Tune in next week. We will have a Captain Marvel review up. Maybe in between, we might have a surprise video. It depends on how lazy we are or how overworked we are.
We'll see what we can get to.
But we'll always have content on the channel, whether it's a review or whether it's like a fun thing like this where we're doing just to get to know us, get to know you. And be sure to comment of which of my top 5 and his top 5 are your number 1.
Or
we would love
perhaps
to hear.
what is your top 5?
Top 5, yeah. We'd love to just hear anyone else's opinions because
Okay.
everyone's right, especially us.
Like and subscribe, please.
Or
Hit that
don't, and
bell.
Argo yourself. Phil!
Oh my gosh. Bye.